When the difference between life and death is a matter of seconds, one local deputy really made it count. He saw a desperate mom holding a baby that was not breathing and jumped into action, much of it caught on camera. WESH TV's Greg Fox with the incredible story and an exclusive interview with that baby's mother.
Rush up today since he's doing so good.
This is some of the first video of Kingston Crowell as he recovers at Shands Hospital after his frantic rescue by a deputy.
Kingston and I are going to be buddies for a long time.
Jay Nix was on patrol when the Marion County Sheriff's deputy saw and heard Kingston's mother and sister yelling for help at an intersection near Ocala.
My sister screamed, "There's the officer. We need to stop and get him because we can't get through the traffic."
Kingston had stopped breathing, and you can see on dash cam video Deputy Nix rushing over to give the 4-month-old CPR.
I just kind of panicked and started crying. I was like, "Is he okay? Just tell me he's breathing."
Deputy Nix tried and tried, but determined he just could not revive the child. So, figuring he was close to Ocala Regional Medical Center, he put Kingston in the car and took off.
I'm not waiting on medics. I'm a half a mile from ORMC. I'm headed to their emergency room with the baby.
Gave the kid his first police pursuit ride.
A ride that took less than a minute to Ocala Regional, and one that put Kingston in the hands of doctors and nurses who later credited the deputy with saving Kingston's life.
I'm thanking God, and I'm grateful. And so I want the world to know that he's amazing. He's a hero in my book, whether he's a hero in anybody else's or not. And I'm sure when King is old enough to know the story, he'll feel like he's a hero as well.
I remember praying, thanking God, for putting me in the right place at the right time for the right reason. This was the most emotional day I've ever had in my career. It was also the scariest. It was also the most rewarding.
In Marion County, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
I think he's a hero in everyone's eyes. That's awesome.
That's great.
Caught on camera, a vehicle catches fire on I-4 and the woman driving it barely escapes. You can see the flames roaring under the SUV.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the aftermath. The vehicle, you can see, is literally burned to a crisp. WESH 2 News exclusively has tonight a video of this event. Investigative reporter Greg Fox shows us why the vehicle was under a safety recall and why it was never fixed. With flames shooting out from under this SUV, the woman taking the cell phone video frantically tried to get the driver to pull over.
You've got to pull over.
Seconds later, the SUV does pull over.
Get away! Get away from it!
And the 2012 Kia Sorento was engulfed in flames. The vehicle was totaled in a matter of minutes. Meredith Olinger shot the video and saved the other woman.
I mean, I felt like I helped somebody who really needed help that day.
Susan King, there on the left, was driving Tyler Kennedy's vehicle. Susan told us, "I got out and suddenly the car was engulfed in flames. She saved my life. I'm incredibly grateful, and she was my angel that day. It was surreal."
These are my pictures of my dad that died.
Many of Tyler's personal possessions were burned or destroyed. In the months since, Tyler was shocked to find out her vehicle was under a safety recall involving an engine defect. Did that cause her car to incinerate? She called Kia and says customer service told her it had no valid address to send a recall notice. When she asked for a replacement vehicle, Kia said no.
I just said, hey, what would be nice is a car that could replace my vehicle that just burned while my best friend was driving it and nearly killed her. There's no compensation until I can prove that it was the recall that blew my engine up. And I said, the fire is shown on the video from the start of the car. I don't know how much of the proof that you need that the engine caught fire.
All three women are simply glad no one was seriously hurt. Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
WESH 2 News reached out to 5 different people in Kia Media Relations for comments on Tyler's situation, and we have yet to hear back.
Well, I think the man by the vehicle might be under influence or maybe some kind of narcotics or something.
Multiple officers see signs of a driver being impaired at the scene of a crash, but make no arrest, conduct no investigation, and WESH 2 Investigates has it all on video. Those officers are all now part of an internal investigation.
WESH 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox shows us the victim wonders if the punishment is as tough as it should be.
I was sitting at a red light and he rear-ended me. Okay, using this lane at the red light? Exactly.
That's Jesse Pearson, whose SUV was rear-ended in New Smyrna Beach. WESH 2 Investigates obtained Officer Eric Peterson's body cam video.
What happened, man?
Nothing. I come up too fast and just slick.
We're not identifying the at-fault driver because he was not charged, though. Here's what Officer Peterson told a deputy when he showed up.
He could barely walk to me. His speech is slurred.
Pearson could see the signs, too. He's a police officer.
Clearly is definitely under the influence of something, of either drugs, alcohol, or both.
The female is admitting that she served him at least 4 drinks at the bar where she works.
In addition, the driver told officers he was terminally ill and on meds. New Smyrna officer Jeff Cornelis thought the driver was impaired.
Yeah, he's completely messed up. He would be a DUI all day.
But along the way, they appear to indicate they're getting near the end of their shifts.
I'm like, oh.
You want that at 5 o'clock?
No.
And instead issued the driver a ticket.
Did those officers fail to do their job?
I feel that they did.
Police launched an internal probe, and WESH 2 Investigates obtained the case file. It shows signs of impairment were ignored. The allegations of both officers' productivity or workmanship not meeting standards was sustained. They received written reprimands.
Tarnishes the badge because it's officers like this that make officers look bad.
New Smyrna Beach Police issued this statement. It is important for us to provide quality police services to the community, and equally important to us to correct officer mistakes through counseling and training. In Volusia County, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
A third New Smyrna Beach police officer was present before a ticket was issued in this case, but he was not subject to investigation because the decision not to conduct a DUI investigation had already been decided.
In one community, we actually had our reporter Greg Fox out there who actually helped save a squirrel because there were so many trees down. It was just destruction everywhere.
Yeah, it's all over the place, trees into homes. He reports from Winter Garden right now.
To homeowners dealing with tree trunks and limbs twisted, snapped, and blown down by Irma, the raw, grinding sound of chain metal slicing wood was a symphony, soothing nerves rattled by the hurricane. Eric Rainville and his family were rocked by the sounds of this huge tree in the front yard smashing into the second floor of their Winter Garden home.
It's about 3:30 in the morning. We heard a huge crash, and that obviously woke us all up. And then, I kind of popped the head out the windows to see what it was and saw it sitting there.
In the backyard of the Rainville's home, a huge pine tree also fell down. And I'm going to show you just how big this tree is. It seems to go on forever, and you can see that it not only crashed through his yard, but through the fence and then into his neighbor's yard. Just across the street, the back of Shari Johnson's house was crushed, causing major damage to her roof, side, and patio screen, while also nearly crushing her pool and natural gas equipment.
We had just gone under a tornado warning, so we got in the closet in the bedroom, and almost instantly after we got in the closet, we heard the loud crash, and we knew that a major tree had come down.
Karen and Dave Dodge got really lucky. This giant tree fell away from their home.
When we came out and saw which way it landed, that it was in the road, that nobody was hurt, that was the good thing.
Judging by the intensely small area of so much destruction, some speculate they may have been mowed down by a tornado spawned by Irma. In Winter Garden, Orange County, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
And tonight, we are truth testing one claim about a new program to get from downtown Orlando to the airport. Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer said earlier this year that you can get there in 30 minutes.
You can take a 12-minute Sunrail ride from Church Street to Sand Lake Road. We're putting up new signage that guides you to a non-stop shuttle that's timed with the train's arrival, and that means you can go to the airport terminal in under 30 minutes.
But is it really that fast and easy? WESH's Greg Fox put the mayor's claim to the truth test and discovered some glaring shortfalls in the return trip.
So the mayor says that you can get on Sunrail and onto a Lynx bus and get to the airport from where we are here at the Church Street Depot in just 30 minutes. Let's put it to the test. We bought a $2 one-way Sun card that includes a free bus transfer. Time to board. According to my phone time, it's 7:49. Sunrail's actually a couple of minutes early. Once we settled in, it was a straight and speedy shot to Sand Lake Station. Just checking my email. We've been on the train about 10 minutes, and we are almost there. So far, on time, a 12-minute train ride. So here we are at Link 111. This is where we're supposed to catch the bus from the Sand Lake station to the airport. But the bus wasn't there, not for another 5 minutes, which would have been uncomfortable in the rain. How you doing? Now the real test, fighting traffic. Would we get there as fast as the mayor claimed? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, look, a plane. And minutes later. All right, so we're checking the time here. It's coming up on 8:24, really just 2 or 3 minutes later. And of course, that could change every day with traffic. But getting here, a little over 30 minutes, like the mayor said. But timing your ground travels may depend on when your return flight lands. Here's where it gets trickier and more time-consuming to get from the airport back into Orlando, because beginning around 9 o'clock in the morning until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the Sunrail trains run every 2 hours and the buses run every hour. The $2 bus fare includes a free Sunrail transfer and something we didn't count on, a nearly empty bus in late morning. Okay, so the good news, we got here from the airport to the Sand Lake station in less than 14 minutes. The bad news, now we've got to wait about half an hour for a train. Again, a quick trip once aboard the train, but had my flight landed, say, after 9, the soonest I could have gotten to downtown would have been 11:30 a.m. The bottom line is, if you want to land or take off anywhere between mid-morning and late afternoon, and you want to get to and from OIA on a bus and a train, it could take you 2 to 2.5 hours. Worse, Sunrail still doesn't operate at night for late arriving flights or on weekends, leaving people like Carol Laflash and her family to stick with the car while they wait for Sunrail to be extended to the airport.
I would say that the dollars should go to getting in and out of this airport easier, and the Sunrail would probably be a big step in that direction.
A step that, so far, has Sunrail and the airport far apart. In Orlando, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
According to a spokesman with Lynx, the train-to-plane service is proving beneficial to airport workers for daily commuting.